The Martin Custom Signature Series is C.F. Martin's special way to honor and pay tribute to those musicians who have long embraced their own Martin guitars and find them integral to their music making. But what's really special about the Signature Series is it gives those artists an opportunity to contribute to the design of the guitar. So those instruments reflect this incredible synergy between the needs of the musician and the actual manufacturing and building and crafting of this particular kind of guitar. It's magical. Sometimes those things are ornamental, and sometimes they're deeply structural. For example, an ornamental example would be Johnny Cash's black guitar. The Man in Black had the first Martin black guitar. Roger Mcguinn, who used to tour with a 12-string and a 6-string, decided, you know what? I'm gonna make a guitar with 7 strings that's gonna sound like a 12, but play like a 6, hence the Roger Mcguinn signature model. Now, what to me is incredible, because of the humility of the company, they never had like a signature series. 180 years of history, of course famous people have played them, but they only recently have called it the Signature Series. That really started with Eric Clapton in 1992 when he went on MTV Unplugged with his 1939 00042. Prior to that, so many famous people embraced the Martin guitar, but we didn't call it a Signature Series. The first Martin guitar that actually bore a famous signature was in 1939. The famous singing cowboy Gene Autry had a 12-fret D45, which is a dreadnought, very fancy, with his name inlaid in the fingerboard. But my favorite example of the amazing kineticism of the dance between Martin guitar and the artist would be the development of the orchestra model. In the 1920s, if you can imagine, people that were playing music were banjo and mandolin players. The guitar was not that prominent, and it was gut string and 12 frets. There was a famous banjo player whose name was Perry Bechtel, who had a Jones to play the guitar with the banjo and mandolin orchestra, but was very frustrated by 12 frets and gut strings. Perry approached Martin and said, "Can you make me a guitar that would play like a banjo?" And in 1929, the Martin guitar designed this model for Perry. It's called the orchestra model. Of course you've heard of the orchestra model. The Martin OM was the guitar that Martin designed for Perry to play with the banjo and mandolin orchestra. But what was amazing about it was really the first standard instrument to have 14 frets and steel strings so it could be heard amongst the banjo and mandolin. Wow. Talk about tradition that is built into every guitar. Perry Bechtel helped with the development of what's now the standard 14-fret steel string guitar neck. Great stuff.